Hello there, my dear friend. You are in Japan fan, and today I'm gonna tell you all you need to know before coming to Japan in terms of costs. The cost of living, how much money you need to bring. In this video, every number that I'm gonna tell you about is going to be in the description below. There's a link to the planetyze Living in Japan forum where you can see all of the numbers and you can ask me questions or ask other questions about life in Japan to the travelers and to Japanese people, and they're gonna reply to you, okay? When you come here, you're gonna be able to see these amazing things right here. And also these amazing things right here. So please come to Japan, okay? Let's start. Yes! So I'm Coelho, and let's start first with how much money you need to bring to Japan if you're coming here, okay? These numbers are based in Tokyo mainly, but of course they're good for other areas of Japan as well. So initially, what you need to bring around is 200,000 yen, which is around $2,000, okay? Every number that you see in yen, you can take away the two less zeros, and it's going to be around how much it is in Tokyo. So I'm talking about 200,000 yen, and that's going to be around $2,000, okay? So that's how you calculate more or less. And this number here, this $2,000, is based around the first month that you're gonna be here. Of course, if you need more time, you have to multiply that. And if you're coming and staying in it's not a guest house, but like a cheap place such as Sakura House in Tokyo, where they have places made for foreigners and it's easy to make the rent and it's easy to just pay one time the rent. But if you're actually renting a Japanese apartment, be prepared to multiply this rent 4 times, okay? Because you have to pay many fees when you move in for the first time, okay? So this is the amount of money that you need to bring in case you're coming and paying 1 month of rent, all right? So around $2,000 when you come here for 1 month. So when you're living here in Japan, if you are in a okay area in Tokyo, if you're living alone, you're gonna pay around 50,000 yen, which is like around $500, okay? If you're living with someone else or in a little bit better area or in a little bit bigger apartment, it's going to be around $500 and $1,000, which is 50,000 yen and 100,000 yen, okay? So keep that in mind. The rent is kind of expensive, and when you move in for the first time, you have to look for places that do not charge you all these fees, but it's very difficult to find that. So keep in mind that for the first time you move, maybe you have to pay 4 times the price of the first rent, all right? So when you are already living in Japan, the utilities for your house is usually around 20,000 yen or 22,000 yen, which is around $200 or $220. That includes the water, electricity, gas, and internet, okay? If you're gonna pay each one of these things separately, it's going to be around like a water 2,500 yen or $25, the electricity $40 or 4,000 yen, gas 10,000 yen or $100 around that, because you use a lot for taking a shower, heating your water. The internet is going to be around $40, okay? Of course, that's an average and based on what we pay and also other people that live here in Japan, okay? For the groceries, you're going to need around 35,000 yen, which is $350 per month, okay? That's if you're living in a couple, if you're living with someone else. If you're living by yourself, I'd say it's not so much less. It's going to be around $250 or 25,000 yen, so you have to keep that in mind. Of course, if you want to buy more expensive things or better things, this price is going to vary, it's going to be more, but the average is that if you're living like a normal life, buying your yasai or your vegetables every day, cooking at home and not eating out so much, that's going to be around this price, okay? Everybody needs to have fun. It's inevitable. You're going to spend money on yourself, not only in the costs for your life. So usually the price for fun, when you go out with your friends to eat something or to drink with your friends or go to the club here in Tokyo, if you are a couple, you're going to spend around 25,000 yen, which is $250. That's if you have a moderate amount of expenses, okay? So if you go out every weekend, but don't spend so much every weekend, and here and then you go to the movies, okay? So that's around how much you're going to spend in 1 month. If you're alone, that price is around half, maybe around 10 to 12,000 yen, or 100 to $120 if you're by yourself, because whenever you are with somebody else, there's always more costs. You want to share something, maybe buy something a little bit better for both of you. And when you're by yourself, you usually can control a little bit more, right? So that's how much you're going to spend around with fun, going to the movies or buying some wine or going out in the club and drinking something. So keep that in mind. It can go higher than that, so you better save, okay? So if you are paying for your mobile phone, there are many different plans that you can get. Personally, me and my wife, we have a very cheap plan from not so good carrier, and we pay around 3,500 yen, which is like $35. That's for data and phone, okay? Because they sell here chips as well, only for data, all right? Mine is only data, and I pay 2,500 yen or $25, around that. My wife has phone and data, and it's 3,500 yen. This price is a very low price because our carrier is not so good at all. Our internet keeps giving us headache all the time. It fails. You cannot watch YouTube videos after the 10th day of the month. So usually when you have a better carrier, the average price is around 7,000 yen, or around $70, or up to $100 if you want to really have a very good plan and a very good carrier, okay? So you have to keep that in mind, those prices. That's for phones. The taxes, of course, it's going to depend on how much money you earn per month. But if you're coming to Japan for the first time, chances are that you're going to get around a little bit higher than 200,000 yen per month, which is like $2,000, which is an amount of money that you can live comfortably, but with not so much luxury. You can live okay with that here in Tokyo. All right, and if you earn around that or a little bit more, there is a tax for the government that you pay, which depends on the region where you're living at. So if you're living in a faraway place like, I don't know, Kashiwa or something a little bit further than Tokyo, you're gonna pay a little bit less. But if you're living inside Tokyo, you're gonna pay a little bit more, and it all depends. So that much is around 6,000 yen per month, or 70,000 yen per year. That's $60 per month, or $700 per year. I'm saying or, but it's just because you can pay either everything up front, or you can pay little by little every month. They send it to your mail, and you can choose what you want to do. For the health insurance, of course, this price varies, okay? For the health insurance, it's going to be around 11,000 yen, which is like $110. And that's gonna cover 70% of all your medical costs. So here in Japan, when you go to the hospital, the doctor talks to you and then he sends you to an exam. You have to do your exam. Everything happens inside the hospital. You don't have to go to another clinic for that. And they make you the exam, and then you go back and talk to the doctor, and then he's gonna write you all of the medication that you have to buy. And when you leave the doctor's office, you can go to the counter and get your medication, then you pay. Everything is included in this health insurance. The medication, the exams, the doctor price, the physician price, or whatever doctor you're using. And the Japanese government, they cover 70%. You have to pay for 30% of the costs, okay? And that's going to cost you around $110 per month. Of course, it depends in each region as well, but that's going to be the average per person, okay? There's the pension as well. So the pension is going to be around $200 per month, which is 20,000 yen per month. That's going to be around how much you're gonna have to pay for pension. You also have to pay for the employment insurance. If you get unemployed, the government helps you for a few months. So you have to pay a fee or a tax every month for that. And it's around 1,200 yen, or $12. It's not so much. Maybe not, it's less than $12 because the dollar is not so much equivalent to that, but it's around that, $12, $11. And there is the income tax, of course. The income tax, of course, is going to vary of how much money you're you're earning, but you can expect to pay at least around 4,000 yen. You can see that this costs, everything that I'm telling you about, your house, your rent, your fun, everything adds up. If you are living by yourself, you have to cut all these costs down and not spend so much in your phone and everything if you want to live a comfortable life. But if you're living in couple and both of you are working, you have enough money to save and to pay for everything and buy your I don't know, electronics or anything you want to buy, your video games, because you know, Japan, the land of that. In case you decide to have a car here in Japan, I also have some information about that. So I don't know how much the car is going to cost. You're gonna have to choose your car and how much that costs, okay? But for the gasoline per month, you're going to spend around $100. Gas is not so expensive in Japan compared to other places, especially compared to Brazil, where I'm from, and it's going to be around 10,000 yen per month. For the car insurance is more expensive. You pay 16,000 yen, which is going to be around $160, okay? So that's it, all the costs that you need to know before coming to Japan. Make sure you plan and then you save a little bit more money in case like the area you're living, you're spending more than what I told you, or you know, it's always good to be prepared. But you can save up your money, come here, visit me, and have a good life in Japan, enjoying all these places. If you have any questions, you can go to the link below, the link that I sent you, and you can ask a question. There's a orange button in the forum, ask a question, so you can click there and leave a question in the forum. I'm gonna help reply that to you. Other Japanese people are gonna also be replying to these questions, and other travelers are going to be replying and helping you with your question as well. It can be any questions about life in Japan, or cost of anything, or even any other travel tips that you need in case you're coming to Japan or you have some friends that are coming over to Japan. So make sure you go to the website that I have written down there, so you can have all of the costs that I told you about today in one place written down. It's gonna be very useful. And make sure to visit planetyze.com for travel tips around Japan, to see many places that you can explore around in this beautiful country that is Japan. And say hi to me in the comments and let's talk, okay? Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Make sure you like and subscribe. Please, I'm almost forgetting that. And at the end of the video, I always leave some fun thing for you to watch about Japan, some curiosity or for something. So please wait for that, and I hope you like it. And there's also the Planetyze app in your phone. I have to remember everything, but it's very useful if you're coming to Japan. We have itineraries, suggestions in all of the 47 prefectures of Japan. So it's very useful. You can download it in your iOS device or your Android. So I hope to see you in the next video. And without further ado, let's go to the curious thing at the end of the video. Bye bye. Thank you.